Hey guys, Monster here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we're going to take INT BROLY with his EZA into the STR Blue Gogeta stage of the Blue Zone. This is one of the interesting ones that I wanted to try him out in, because once you get to the last phase, Gogeta obviously can hit quite hard with his super, with the AoEs, all that stuff, but in the first two phases we do have an enemy whose name includes Goku, right? So we are actually able to get some of these extra stacks off, hopefully nice and early, and build up our stats ready for the future turns. Now, we don't have a great rotation here because we only have Broly Trio and Cell Max. However, we can get the full 7 key, which does give everybody a little bit of a buff. With the Rainbow Orb, we get the attack buff from the picking up STR orbs. I'm not going to get the 18 key super here with Cell Max. I want to kind of stall a little bit if I can. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens to Broly here, because we're fighting a movie. Actually, yeah, we're fighting a movie hero character, because it's Goku and Vegeta, and well, they're a Pure Saiyan character as well anyway, right? So his full passive is active because we've got the first part, which is Pure Saiyan, Hybrid Saiyan, or movie hero, and we have the second part because the character's name includes Goku. So we will be getting the guaranteed additional super. Ideally, in an event like this where we lose the fighting a Goku part of the passive a bit later on, we want to be getting as many supers early as possible so we can get as much build up as we can. But bear in mind, of course, we do have 59% damage reduction. So the first attack that is the additional from the passive, High Chance, did convert into a super, so that's good. Then the second one for the Pure Saiyan or movie hero enemy is a 70% chance. We didn't get that. Then we get the guaranteed additional because we're fighting a Goku. And then we have, mine has 20 additional, so we have a 40% chance of getting an additional, but that's been rolled like 4 times. And that was a super as well, so we're up to 8.4. So we did super 4 times in the first turn, which means his active skill is available straight away, which is good. And we kill them as well, so we don't even have to worry about him taking a hit. So he can definitely put out some damage. I didn't actually look at the wheel at the bottom. Have we got double Broly start? Hopefully not. Hopefully the other tech Broly's in slot 7, fingers crossed. But let's see. If we got... This is going to be AGL Broly. Should have turned the animations off, but... Okay, yeah, so... Who else is even on the team? Turles Army. For the support. Which might be a bit of a weird choice, I guess, for this, because we could end up getting to the STR Gogeta phase and then they just get clapped by an AoE. But no, it is double Broly, because of course it is. Alright, well, I guess we're just doing this then. So, do this, do this. I mean, at least we know we're very, very unlikely to kill them this turn, since 2 of the characters on our rotation can't actually attack. So... Only AGL Broly is going to do damage. I mean, he will get a few supers off and do some damage, but he's the only one on the turn that's actually attacking. So, double-digit damage as expected, and then Broly can get some attacks off, get those stacks for his attack, and then we'll be back to... So, yeah, a little bit awkward for the INT Broly to not have a slot 1, because we're going to have the Turles Army in slot 3, and then the Broly Trio. So realistically, I mean, Turles Army kind of can get away with tanking in slot 1 as long as they don't get supered, because they have the damage reduction. But ideally we would want to have the trio with 7 orbs, the Broly Trio, but I guess we'll see. I mean, Broly doing a very solid bit of damage here anyway, taking them down to almost half health. And then of course tanks the normal, Tech Broly tanks the rest of the normals at the end. Okay, so what are we looking like orb field wise? We do have 7 orbs for the trio, but see, it's the thing is, on a turn like this, like, you really can't, with 527k defense, like, that's not terrible, but we definitely don't want to risk putting him in slot 1. And when we can get 7 orbs for the trio, we kind of just have to do that. So hopefully they don't go ham and kill this guy, because they don't get any support from the Turles Army, at least, whereas Broly does. Which I guess in this instance is kind of like a double-edged sword, because we want him to get as many supers off as possible, and at this phase of the event we're not actually worried with like how much damage he does. So I'd actually rather he be doing less damage but getting more super attacks, because then we're getting more stacks. And obviously with the trio as well, like we don't want them to get the hidden potential additional, which fortunately they did, but only a normal. So then let's see what Broly's got on turn 2 with all this support as well. Yep, cool. Super attack them. Perfect. And then Broly's at, yeah, 10.3 already with all this support. And bear in mind, because we're fighting a Goku as well, 59% chance to crit. Which, again, in this instance, I'm kind of happy for him to not crit, right? Because I want him to do more super attacks. So, we got the 50% chance one. We did get the 70%. I think this kills even if he doesn't crit. So, 3 more supers. That puts us to, what, 7 in total so far? Yeah, and he did crit. So 7 supers in total so far for Int Broly. And now this is where we lose that extra bit of our passive. So now this is where we have to worry a little bit more about what's potentially going to happen in the future turns. I still haven't turned the animations off. I always say that and then just get on with the next turn and completely forget. So, still, I do love seeing Tech Broly's transformation animation. It is very cool. Alright, so now we will actually remember. There we go. I mean, this guy has more defense and has guard, but I mean, this guy also has 70-something, what, 76% damage reduction on this turn. So, do this, and then do this. So this should be a pretty good turn. 3 huge powerhouses on this rotation. So, Broly, of course, only just getting started, the tech one. So he needs time to get built up. But yeah, AGL Broly slot 2 with a bunch of links active is going to be very good. Cell Max is obviously able to do a lot. He hasn't had much build-up. In fact, he's had no build-up, right? Because he was on turn 1 in slot 3 and didn't get to attack because Int Broly finished them off. So Cell Max has no build-up whatsoever at this point, which is also awkward. And it's a problem with this team I'm noticing almost straight away with the inclusion of Int Broly as well, is that so many units on this team want to be attacking or getting hit to get their build-up. But there's also a lot of units on the team that do a ridiculous amount of damage. So you're going to get into situations where they're not going to be able to get their build-up. And then obviously they're not going to look as good. So like, for example, Cell Max, when he's on the next rotation, he won't be back until turn 7. We'll be able to use his active skill, which gives him the 999% defense buff. But he won't have had any build-up yet at that point. So he's going to end up with decent defense, but like, he doesn't really have... it's not going to be anywhere near what it could be, right? At least he does actually get to attack once here. Build up his attack a little bit. Okay, and then we get the additional as well. So he's attacked twice and been attacked 0 times still. So, Cell Max still a beast, but definitely not a common thing to want to be floating the floating Cell Max, but you know. Alright, so we'll do this. Where can I get the most orbs here? Is it going to be the AGLs? Are they all going to combine if I do this? They should, right? I mean, that's 7 orbs right there, and Broly doesn't need any specific type of orb, so might as well just do that. And then do that. And that puts our boy in slot 1 up to 18 key. 76% damage reduction on this turn, so we don't have to worry about him too much. The orbs we picked up for the trio give everyone extra defense as well. Like, he might still take some damage from this. I think, is this my one? Because mine's 55%. Yeah, but it's only 44k. When I say take some damage, I mean just not take double digits. But 44k, I mean, it's not much, is it? We'll probably heal that back with orbs on the next turn. So, because how much HP does our team have? Is it over 750k? Or are we just below? Oh, we're at 778. So we're almost at 780k. So yeah, taking a 40k super, I'm fine with that. And then yeah, here goes Broly. Now obviously he doesn't get as many attacks. The 70% one from fighting a movie hero still applies, so we get that. And he does still have 44% damage reduction on this turn. Hidden potential? Oh, nice. We get the hidden potential super as well. So he's up to 12.8, even without using his active skill here. I mean, that's pretty good. And then, yeah, we tank the normals. I would have liked to see him take a super here, because we've got type advantage as well. But I kind of want the trio to not kill, so we can have the turn, like first turn Broly versus first turn, the first turn of Blue Gogeta. Pop the active skill. And then we should be doing a lot of damage. The only problem is Broly's not going to be very good against AoEs. So he does have the 28% damage reduction at the start of turn. Or is it 26? 26? Yeah, 26 at the start of turn. So he's only going to have 26% and then whatever his start of turn defense is. As long as there's... And I mean, maybe if he can super before the AoE, obviously that would be good. But... see, also, if I do this... let's active skill with you, so we know you're going to kill and get the defense buff here. Active skill with Broly to get the transformation. So now Int Broly on the next turn has the domain buff. And obviously so does this guy. So slot 1 Broly now after his active skill. 481k and 70 odd % damage reduction. So he's fine. And then we just do this. He's going to get supered immediately, but... Now, bearing in mind, mine took 40k. This guy should take considerably less than that. We got the support from Turles as well. Yeah, double digits. That's what I thought. Alright, so Tech Broly, going to finish him off here. 34.7 million on this turn. Jeez. What an absolute monster. There's the friend is rainbowed, but not level 10 links, by the way. And that's the damage that he does. But let's see. So, is he going to AoE and is it going to be straight away? No. Okay, that's good. So, this could be a pretty crazy turn. So he's up to 926k. Now, bear in mind, 926k and 26% damage reduction. So, one of the examples I like to use a lot when we do these difficult events is if we take a 3 million damage super. Now, obviously, we wouldn't put him in slot 1. But if we took off 26%, that would be 2.2 million. And then we can take off the 900. Or just do 900 to keep it even. He would take 1.3 million from a 3 million damage super. But the thing is, you don't put him in slot 1, obviously. That's not the idea, right? So with 926k, he's going to get an extra 26% when he attacks anyway. So that straight away puts him up to like 1.1 million, almost 1.2. Then he gets an extra 30% with every super attack that he does. So by the time he's finished attacking, he's going to be at what? Like potentially 1.5 million on this turn. But then he has 44% damage reduction. So if we take a 3 million super again, minus 44%, that puts it down to 1.6, minus 1.5 million. And then obviously from a 3 million damage super, he's only taking around about 150k, which is pretty good. So that's with it not being a Goku. That's with it just being a pure Saiyan, movie hero, or hybrid Saiyan. If it was a Goku, he'd have another 15% damage reduction on top of that. So what we can do here is, I'm not going to active skill with Tech Broly, because Int Gogeta can be a bit squishy. So I don't want Tech Broly to do too much damage here. But we're going to active skill with Cell Max, because obviously that doesn't save us from the AoE. But I do think he probably will super in slot 1. And we have 5.5 million defense. This is probably the lowest I've ever seen Cell Max's defense. And it's obviously because he hasn't been hit a single time in the entire run. So he hasn't had any of his defense buff procs. But still, 5.5 million means he tanks every single attack that Blue Gogeta can throw at him for double-digit damage. So there is that. But yeah, we'll use Broly's active skill, get the extra attack buff here. And then, yeah, with the buff from the AGL Broly domain, like, he should hit like an absolute freight train on this turn. So let's go ahead and grab these and let's see what he does. So is he going to super straight away in slot 1? He did not. Okay. So finally, oh, and Cell Max is actually going to get buffs now, of course, because he's actually going to get hit. So depending on how many attacks Gogeta does before he decides to do a super, Cell Max's defense will actually be higher than 5.5. But 24.7 million for Int Broly here. I mean, that's the thing. You've got units like Cell Max on the rotation to protect. Like, I could have put him in slot 1, I guess, if I was just going to use the Cell Max like target ability. But then we additional into a 25. And then can we get the hidden potential as well? good turn for it when you're doing the active skill. No. So that's where he's not going to look the best, right? Because against the Goku, he doesn't get the guaranteed additional. So we got the super. His first additional attack that's only a 50% chance was only a normal. Then he got the super, which was the 70% chance because we're fighting a movie hero. And then we didn't get the hidden potential. So obviously not the greatest turn, but still did a lot of damage. Tanked the AoE from Gogeta for double digits, which is what we like to see. And then Cell Max probably finishes off Blue Gogeta here. So this is the thing, like, if he's going to eat a big super, then he could still end up taking quite a bit of damage if it's pre-super, but you're not going to be putting him in slot 1. I can't remember how much STR Blue Gogeta hits for, but like on this turn, post-super attacking, he should be able to tank a super from STR Gogeta. So we don't have to worry about that too much. I think people who are saying, like, saw his details and straight away said, like, you know, oh, he's only going to be good against the Goku. I don't think that's the case, right? Like, with this team is, you know, a solid team now. We really needed that INT Broly to be good to take the spot of somebody like Hirudegarn or, like, you know, physical Turles when it comes to movie bosses, especially ones who are planetary destruction characters, to get the full passive for the Turles army. So I think INT Broly's fine. Like, for example, we'll do a Beast Gohan run as well, and Beast Gohan is a movie hero and a Hybrid Saiyan. So we'll still be getting most of the passive. The only difference will be in the first few phases, we're not fighting a Goku, so we don't get those free, like, bonus additional supers early on. But I think Broly still did pretty well here against Blue Gogeta. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Whilst I'm not trying to say, like, his EZA is super great, and, you know, I do wish it could have been better as well. But, yeah, I think he's definitely solid. Did very well in that event. Decent defense, good damage. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.